In the high-stakes world of the NBA, where fewer than 5% of players come from Asia, one towering figure stands on the cusp of changing this statistic. After meticulously watching and analyzing Kai Sotto's games from Japan's B League, I've dissected the depths of his basketball skill set, highlighting the qualities that show he's prepared for the next level. This begs the questions. Can the recent performance of this young phenom in Japan truly foreshadow his success in the NBA? What challenges will Sotto face transitioning from the Japanese league to the NBA? And last but not least, what qualities does Kai Sotto possess that makes him the perfect asset to play alongside Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors? Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you buckle up because we're diving into the deep end of this today. Kai Sotto was on track to join the G League Ignite team at one point. Yes, the same launchpad which kickstarted the NBA careers of lottery picks like Jalen Green and Jonathan Kuminga.
Minutes as Green lobs it up to Kuminga. What a combination.
But then, just like a lockdown defender, the pandemic stepped in and sent Sotto back to square one, playing hoops in his homeland instead. Undeterred, Sotto took another swing at his NBA dream during the 2023 Summer League. And despite his limited playing time, he still managed to sneak in a few standout moments worth remembering.
And Sotto another chance in a thunderous jam.
Unfortunately, to stack onto his limited minutes, injuries decided to join the game, benching our hopes of seeing Sotto's full range of talents on display a bit longer. Yet, in the quick glimpse we caught, Phil Handy, who's not just any assistant coach, but a three-time NBA champion, saw the sparkle of NBA promise in Sotto. Handy, almost sounding like a fan, praised Sotto's undeniable skills and natural knack for the game, remarking, "I believe he's very talented. He's naturally gifted. It could be this summer, it could be next year. It really just depends on the opportunity." Marking Sotto not just as a player to watch, but as a rising international phenomenon ready to make his mark in the NBA. As for Kai, after getting banged up in the NBA Summer League, he decided to take a little trip back to Asia for some serious brainstorming. He wanted to make sure he was ready to show everyone what he's capable of, because despite flashes of dominance, there were still swirling rumors about his limitations. The critiques circling Kai Sotto zeroed in on his size and his experience. While he towers at a skyscraping 7'3" or 7'4", giving Wembanyama a run for his money in the height department, the spotlight turned to his need for a bit more mass. Because, let's be honest, facing off with NBA giants like Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid isn't exactly a stroll in the park. It requires muscle, something Sotto was in the process of building up. Then, when it comes to experience, Sotto was like a starving artist. Down under in the NBL, Australia's premier basketball battleground, his minutes were restricted, hindering his ability to develop and redefine his skills through regular on-the-floor action. Jonathan Kuminga's earlier years with the Golden State Warriors offers a mirror to Sotto's tale. Kuminga, too, was on a minutes diet that would have made any player hungry for more. However, once he consistently received around 30 minutes of playing time in his fourth season, his potential became evident and promising, as he's now seen as the future of the Warriors.
Speaking of assists, Kuminga.
Player development undoubtedly requires a substantial amount of playing time, an ingredient that Sotto initially lacked. But in his quest for more, Sotto took his talents to Japan's B League, joining the Yokohama B Corsairs. There, he's delivering performances so remarkable that they're leaving scouts and fans eager for more. For example, kicking off the 2024 season on the cautious side due to bouncing back from an injury, Sotto began turning up the heat as he found his groove again. As his confidence in play improved, his playtime received a significant upgrade, jumping from a quick cameo of 10 to 15 minutes per game to starring roles of nearly 30 minutes by February, which naturally gave his stats a nice little boost. And just like that, Sotto started to make waves, quickly earning himself the title of a double-double machine. His towering presence alone was enough to make him into a formidable obstacle for anyone brave enough to approach the rim, effortlessly blocking shots and dominating both offensive rebounds and layups as if it were his second nature. And while his three-point game is still under construction, snippets from practice sessions suggest he's laying the groundwork to become a deadly stretch five. For the time being, his knack for passing is stealing the spotlight. showcasing a player who is not only improving in specific areas, but also expanding his overall skill set. This is growing to be a necessity in the modern NBA, where the league's unicorns are giants who can do it all: score in the paint, set up their teammates, and knock down shots from downtown. It's this versatile arsenal that distinguishes superstars like Jokic and has put Alperen Şengün on the fast track to becoming a league standout. And guess what? That's the same potential people see in Sotto. Then, when it came to his criticisms about his overall body mass, Sotto set his ambitions high at the beginning of the 2024 season as he and his crew started a plan to bulk him up with an extra 15 pounds of muscle, a mission that's been showing impressive results on the court. Take March 3rd, for example. Sotto strutted his beefed-up game, racking up 21 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 assists on a smooth 9 for 12 shooting night. He didn't stop there. The next game saw him amping up the heat with 23 points and 10 rebounds, all while serving an assist and shooting an eye-catching 11 for 14 from the floor. And just for good measure, he kept the momentum in his following game, notching 16 points and 14 rebounds, alongside 2 assists, making 64% of his shots look easy. And due to his exceptional play in a league considered a step below the NBA, some basketball coaches have started referring to Sotto as the best center outside the NBA. This title, although unofficial, is a testament to his unbelievable talent and his ability to drastically affect the outcome of games. This brings us to the burning question on everyone's mind. How will Sotto's recent showcases of skill play out in the NBA? Well, considering his towering frame and the bulk he's added, he's certainly not going to fade into the background. He's already looking down on many NBA centers, quite literally, and is bulking up in the muscle department at a pace that might make even Giannis take notice. Given he's only 22, Sotto has ample time to develop further, suggesting that by the time he steps onto an NBA court, he might just be the full package: height, strength, and all. Sotto's stint playing overseas has also been like a masterclass in team basketball, which, let's face it, is kind of the secret sauce for international players making waves in the NBA. While the US might boast about its individual talents, it's the all-for-one, one-for-all mentality from abroad that has taken the league by storm in recent years. Take, for example, the 2023 FIBA Games, where the US team, stacked with talent, found themselves in a bit of trouble against Montenegro before ultimately falling to not just Lithuania, but Germany and Canada as well.
Canada, maybe their greatest moment in international basketball, the men's team.
It turns out playing well with others is more than just kindergarten advice. It's crucial for winning at the highest levels. For Kai Sotto to establish himself in the NBA, he'll need a team that values teamwork over individual stardom. And that's where the Golden State Warriors come in, an organization that's practically the gold standard when it comes to teamwork. Playing alongside Steph Curry isn't just prestigious, but also strategic, as it allows Sotto to maximize team dynamics because, as we all know by now, the Warriors' biggest weakness comes from their lack of size. In fact, ESPN's Kendrick Perkins practically sings this from the mountaintops on a daily basis, that the Warriors might as well be playing in platform shoes given their lineup's lack of verticality. Bringing Kai Sotto to the Warriors could be the game changer they've been looking for. I mean, just picture him with Trace Jackson Davis protecting the rim for 48 minutes a night, making it a nightmare for opponents to score inside.
Third quarter, oh, what a block from Jackson Davis, and another one!
And when it comes to Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, let's face it, they're not getting any younger. Their defensive abilities, especially with Klay, is already on a massive decline. But with a 7'3" Sotto lurking in the paint, acting as a last line of defense, opponents will have to think twice when attacking the paint, lest they want to end up on the wrong side of a highlight reel.
Favorites. Another one.
Finally, with the Warriors' tendency for creating mismatches with all their split action, Sotto under the basket would really add that extra dimension of offensive capability that the Warriors desperately need. I mean, remember all those easy points that JaVale McGee used to get for them?
Feet inside, and JaVale McGee's got 2 dunks in the first minute.
Steph Curry has been saying for a while now that the team needs to find different ways to score, and bringing in Sotto as a scorer near the basket could be the exact approach they need. While still committed to the Yokohama B Corsairs, Sotto's NBA debut feels like it's just around the corner, with summer whispers getting louder. Sure, he went undrafted in 2022, but these days, going undrafted is like wearing a badge of honor. Just look at the roster of undrafted players who have outperformed many lottery talents. Naz Reid, Fred VanVleet, Alex Caruso, Gary Payton II, Duncan Robinson, the list goes on. Sotto seems poised to join this illustrious crew, ready to unleash his unique blend of skills and size and ready to prove the doubters wrong. Ultimately, this could leave NBA scouts feeling very embarrassed. His trajectory reminds me of that of Trace Jackson Davis of the Warriors, another player who was largely underestimated. Just like Sotto, TJD was overlooked going at the 57th pick in the latest 2023 draft, and since then has made a significant impact for the Warriors, showcasing the oversight by scouts is a glaring mistake. In fact, it's absolutely criminal how scouts overlooked him. And if you want to know exactly what happened in this tragedy, then make sure you watch this video right here.